everyone, welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager series as we are heading to Singapore today off the back of the streets of Baku, where we had safety cars, red flags, drivers spinning, all sorts of action, and a very good race for the neutral, and not too much of a bad race for us as well. We picked up a podium with Fernando Alonso P3, Ricciardo P4, and with our competitors struggling, it meant that we didn't lose out too much in the end. As we can see here in the constructors, Red Bull only gained 4 on us. They're still a long way back, so the constructors looking really good for us with, I think, 7 races to go. Drivers' Championship, Alonso gains 3 on his teammate. Sainz gained, but as I say, he's not in contention, so actually really Ricciardo and Alonso, especially Ricciardo, having a good day really in the end. So although we didn't win, we got a podium and a P4. That worked out very well. But as I say, it was a bit of a chaotic race. So if you haven't seen that one, go into the Team Lotus playlist and check out that previous episode. And if you're not already, do subscribe, turn notifications on, and then you'll be made aware of when all of these episodes are dropping. If you can like the video, really does help me out. Does a massive favor for me and helps promote my channel and these videos to a wider audience. So I do super appreciate that. And as always, get involved down below in the comments. But it's only 4 days to Singapore, so I don't think there'll be too much to do. And we'll see how we fare there. I mean, what we can look at is car analysis. Not that, sorry, I want to look here. We are being rated as 9th for this track. Is it this track? Yeah, 9th. So it's not one of our best, but as you can see, once we get to Kota, we then find some tracks that we're well suited to. So we weren't as suited to Baku and Singapore. But then Kota and Mexico were looking pretty good. Drop off a bit in Vegas. And then Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and Brazil not too good either. So really, I guess Alonso and Ricciardo for Drivers' Championship, they need to stretch out their lead in that Drivers' Championship so no one else can challenge them for these last 4 races, and then they can battle that out between themselves. And then Constructors would like to try and secure it by Mexico, because if not, we don't look to be doing too much apart from Qatar in the final 4 races. So let's see how we go, though, in this one. Here we go, then. In fact, there was nothing for us to do off track, so we're straight into this one. Race targets 13th or higher for Danny Rick, 10th or higher for Fernando Alonso. Let's jump in to practice. Okay, practice in Singapore completed then. A couple of penalties being taken with Russell and Perez shouldn't have too much impact on us. But Danny Rick set up perfectly 100% on all outcomes, track acclimatization, car parts knowledge, and setup satisfaction. Fernando Alonso, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as they say. He got track acclimatization 100%, car parts knowledge 100%. Couldn't quite get his setup in the window though, so at 94%. But they are pretty well, both of them, set up as we head to qualifying, which is looking like a wet weekend here in Singapore. Okay, so it is wet, and it's going to get a little bit wetter, then dry out to the levels it is now. So we may as well go out now, get a time in very early. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And it looks like most of the grid, if not all of the grid, are going to go out straight away. That should be good, though. Should save us having to get through traffic. Although fitter... Yeah. We've lost some time there. Yeah, Alonso's going to have to go again, I think.
Okay, cool the tyres and we will box this.
Ricciardo looks to be okay, but Fernando's going to have to go again. Sent Fernando out. It is getting a little bit wetter, so we'll see if he goes quicker. He is going quicker. Not, he might have to go out. Oh, he's not gone quicker through the middle.
So you are P9 at the moment.
Touch and go. Touch and go with Fernando there. I think that's going to be enough. I think that will be enough. Let's wait and see. Here we go then. Checkered flag. And it is indeed enough to get us through to Q2 then with both drivers. And it's going to get a little bit drier later on. I think we have to risk this one. Everyone is going out on inters. Last time we didn't set a banker lap and we risked it. There was a red flag and we never set a time. If that happens here, that was in Q3. We qualified 9th and 10th. If it happens here, we'll be knocked out in Q2. It's taking a bit of a risk. That weather is changing all the time. Right, let's send them out now then. It is starting to decrease now. Okay, we are approaching the end of our Q2 laps and we've got to set a lap. If not, we'll be out. Alonso across the line. That's enough, more than enough. Goes to the top of the timesheets and Ricciardo P6. So safely through then to Q3. And I'm seeing Lando Norris out in Q2 again. Piastri seems to always get through to Q3. And Lando having a bit of an issue with that recently. Pierre Gasly again in the top 10. But let's head to Q3, see where we can put this car for the full race here in Singapore. Right, very interesting. It's dry, but it is going to get wet very quickly. So We need to get out straight away here. Both our drivers out. You've got to get out straight away because the rain will be coming. This is probably going to be our one and only laps as Alonso is about to come across the line. Sets a 1:28.6. What does Ricciardo do? Not quicker. So Alonso is currently P1, but everyone's got to come across the line now.
Currently P3. That's a good lap. It's a good lap.
And everyone's set their times. The rain has fallen, so there is no point going back out. So it looks like Alonso's going to be P3, Ricciardo P5. But look how far off we were with the Red Bulls. We're a long way off, half a second. So Red Bull look like they've got a great chance to dominate this race. Did also notice Pourchaire has made it through to Q3. So Teo, Pourchaire and Gasly both in Q3. The AI have gone out. No one is going to go quicker though. So we're not going out. We're staying in the garage. Checkered flag. And there we have it. That is Q3 done. As I say, this looks ominous, doesn't it? We were 6 tenths off Max, but we're half a second even off his teammates. So Red Bull look really good round here. 1-2 for Red Bull. Alonso 3rd. Leclerc 4th. Ricciardo 5th. Teo Pourchaire 6th for Haas. Having a really good session is Teo there. Bottas 7th. Gasly again 8th for Audi. And Oscar Piastri 9th. Lewis Hamilton 10th. Let's jump into strategy. Look at the weather and see what we can do in this one. Okay, this is very interesting. We have got some rain, but it's not going to happen until around about lap 25 to lap 30, so around about just under the halfway mark. So, we can go mediums to that point. Then Inters to the end is going to be absolutely fine. Inters will make it to the end. It's not really going to dip, so these burn out. Get close to full wets at the end, but it won't quite make it. But if we get a safety car, there may be some full wets needed at the end as well. But it's just what we do for this first stint. So let's try that. And let's also try a hard tyre. Yes, it says the hard tyre is the better way to go. I think so as well, because you've got more margin as well on that hard to attack. So I'm going to go hard to Inters. We'll do the same here. Yeah, it's definitely quicker, isn't it? Yeah, so we're going to go hard to Inters with both them. We'll be able to manage that tyre a little bit better. So if the rain doesn't quite come early enough, we've got tyre life to extend. So I'd much prefer to be on that hard. If it's looking like it's going to come in a bit earlier, then we can attack. So either way, I feel we're better set up on these hards. And then the Inters will make it all the way to the end. But as I say, just depends. Here, as you see, that's getting on for full wets here. So if we get a safety car, and essentially we're pushing the time on a bit, over here, we might have some full wets for the last 4 or 5 laps if we have a safety car or red flag, because the time will be, the full race time will be slightly delayed. So let's see then as we head in to this Singapore Grand Prix. So let us see how we go then in Singapore as the lights are on. And they're held for quite a while, but the Red Bulls get us underway. Verstappen from pole, Sainz in 2nd, Alonso 3rd. And Leclerc in 4th, then Danny Rick in 5th. Alonso challenging Carlos Sainz there. Can Carlos Sainz keep on the inside? Can Alonso get into P2 here? Bit of a drag down here. If we can use the slipstream of Verstappen, we can. And Alonso has moved up to P2, so he's gained a position, and so has Ricciardo. Yeah, it wasn't Sainz who took the penalty. Who took the penalty? Tsunoda. It was Yuki Tsunoda who qualified P5 and took a penalty. So, Alonso moves up 1, so does Ricciardo off the start. SAFC, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. So, Verstappen leads from pole and is maintained. Alonso up 1 from P3 and Ricciardo up 1 from P5. Let's have a look at tyres. Sainz. Woo. Sainz has gone very bold on the soft tyre. Okay, that is bold. I can't see the softs lasting until the wet weather gets here, unless he's just going to go completely conserve on those. Someone, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, that is bold going on the softs there. Ricciardo is challenging Carlos Sainz. Maybe Carlos Sainz is trying to look after those softs, and therefore he's not getting much temperature in there. And Ricciardo is into P3, so a great first lap for our drivers. Alonso up to P2 from P3, and Ricciardo now up to P3 from P5.
Good job.
And we have got a bit of tyre life to play with, so we can continue here.
Currently P2.
Just want to keep Alonso pushing and keeping in Max's DRS, because that is about, well, it has been enabled. So once we get to the next detection zone, which is now, we will see that we have got DRS. And are we going to try and make a move here? We are. We're alongside Max Verstappen then for the lead of the race. Fernando Alonso side by side. I think Max is going to get better traction out there, and he does. And Max remains in the lead then. And Ricciardo and Sainz are still squabbling as well.
Yep, this is my pace.
Sainz has got back past Ricciardo. We can see it in the background there.
That's okay.
Exactly, GP. GP don't want him stressing. Fernando on the inside. These two are having a real ding-dong, and it's brought Ricciardo and Sainz towards them. And Alonso finally is going to move ahead of Max, but as soon as Max gets the DRS, he's probably going to come straight back past us. Look at tyres then, 88%. Right, Ricciardo probably needs to start looking after his tyres.
Okay, that's currently pretty P1.
And try to cool down the tires where you can. It's slightly coming up.
Right, let's just get into our strategy now. Alonso's going to be under real pressure here.
Could you double your lift off, please? Stick on your line.
So, will you be streaming the real races when the season starts? I don't tend to, no. I certainly shall be watching. But yeah, what about you guys in the chat? Oh no!
It's a time.
Verstappen! No, Max! Oh, Max has took Alonso out. Max, this is going to be a red flag. Max Verstappen. Did he just lock up? Oh, Alonso's out. That could be Alonso's Drivers' Championship. That is a big lock up. Yes, thank you, Max. That could be Alonso's Drivers' Championship dream over, as well as Max Verstappen, and it could well just secure it for Ricciardo. Not mathematically, with about 7 races to go. But this could be massive for Ricciardo, and it is a red flag. Verstappen out, Alonso out. Oh, it ends in tears. Here it is again. Nothing Fernando can do. Max carries way too much speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing we could do about that. But this red flag could mean we end up on full wet. We'll have to have a look at the radar, weather radar. Oh, that's heartache for Fernando Alonso then, who is out of this race. We may as well swap over to softs. I feel we can make the softs work now. Lap 25. Yeah, I feel the softs could work. Oh dear, well it's going to be Sainz that gets us away. We're down to 20 drivers. Verstappen and Alonso out of the race. It's still dry, but the wet weather will be a lot sooner coming in now. As we are underway.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on the hold available.
Danny Rick gets a good start. I don't think it's enough to challenge for the lead, but he'll easily hold on to P2. Teo Pourchaire. As Max Verstappen gets a penalty, that will be a grid penalty now for the next race. Teo Pourchaire in the Haas up to 5th. Rafa, thanks for the follow. Are you on PC? Yes, indeed, on PC. Yeah, so everyone switched over to the softs. That's to be expected. Now the rain. Yeah. Now by lap 19, the rain will be here. And look, right at the end, we could be at full wet. I think people will still just try and eke out the inters, but it's going to be very squeaky bum time at the end there. Mark, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. But this may well end up being a 2-horse race now between Sainz and Ricciardo. Rafa, yes, I said I'm on PC, buddy. This is on PC, and I am on PC, yes. So that is just Not good news for Fernando Alonso. He's about 50 points back on Ricciardo in the Drivers' Championship. Ricciardo leads it. Alonso is second, 50 points back. And then Max was fourth, about 70 points back. So all of them could still win it. Tsunoda is in third, but he's took a grid penalty here. So this has just really opened up for Ricciardo here. He could end up with a 70-plus point advantage on his nearest competitor by the end of this race. And with about 6 races to go... Yeah, I think it'll be 6 races to go after this one. That will probably be Daniel Ricciardo becoming a Drivers' Champion. And here we go. DRS is enabled then. Ricciardo on Carlos Sainz, which is for the lead. They've already opened up 2 seconds to Bottas. So this, as I say, could well be a 2-horse race. But as I say, Singapore has a lot of incidents sometimes, as Ricciardo does get that job done. Yeah, so there could be a lot more drama to come. As we've got a virtual safety car now. And this again would give a very slight delay to the race. K-Mag has crashed. We can always rely on a K-Mag crash. What has he done here? That's what Max done. But Max unfortunately found the rear of Fernando. I think K-Mag will get going again, will he? No, he won't. He's completely out. Too much damage then. K-Mag's out, so we're down to 19 runners. Right, as we know, DRS is enabled straight away. So yeah, still saying lap 19 will get that range. So still about 6 laps away. Come on, Ricciardo. Yes, indeed. Just push on the tyre, get a bit of temperature back in them. Use the battery. But yeah, that's very early on. 3 retirements, still 50 laps to go. This could end up being not many finishes here today. Can be carnage round here, and it is, as Sainz is really pushing.
Yep, good.
I don't really mind if Sainz gets past us there, you know. I'm happy to filter into his DRS, but we're not going to allow it.
Okay.
Ricciardo maintains the lead. Leclerc, oh, they're nearly in our DRS here. With us battling, they might get into the DRS. We really don't want to make this a 4- or 5-way race. Really, these two should just be patient with each other and start pulling away. Right, Sainz is past us, but Bottas is in the DRS now, and you see it open, so it is now DRS train. Oh, and Ricciardo on the inside. I really don't want any more incidents, but we've only got one driver, Ricciardo, and this is a problem with us fighting. Bottas all over the back of us. But I still do watch Drive to Survive. You just need to take it with a pinch of salt because they obviously dramatise so much. But I do like it for just the behind-the-scenes conversations. But yeah, where they piece together radios from different races and all of that. I just ignore it. I like it for the behind-the-scenes stuff. As Leclerc is out. What is going on? Charles Leclerc is out. We've got a virtual safety car. That's the 4th car out. It is all kicking off here.
Keep following the
Charles Leclerc, who was in 4th place. We could have some real surprise point scorers here. He's just going to lose this. Yeah. Oh, that's a big impact. Maybe got too much of his rear tyre on the curb.
As for the team back in the garage,
I'm surprised that's not a full safety car, to be fair. But it is another VSC. And this race should be going longer, which would mean rain would be... well, rain's on the agenda anyway, but it could be full wet towards the end. 1 minute till rain full. Apparently. Let's wait and see. And there we go. We can see it. It is raining.
Confirmed.
Yeah, look, it's raining pretty quick. It's falling pretty quickly, so... Not this lap, but certainly by the end of this lap, we will be in. Just get past this pit entry and we shall be coming in. I don't think anyone will gamble this lap. All right, let's get the inside. Oh, they do. They are gambling. Bottas, Hülkenberg, Piastri all pile in. I think that's a little bit too early. Norris in as well. Are McLaren going to have to double stack, or was there enough of a gap? No, there's enough of a gap. Let's just see if Norris... Oh, they're all going in, though. Maybe we've got it wrong. Let's wait and see. Look at this. The whole pit lane
We need to go to
the whole grid near enough in the pit lane here. And Lando's going to have to be held for all of these cars coming in. These are awful angles, aren't they? Anyway, we're not getting any good angles, but basically most of the grid, apart from Sainz, Ricciardo and Pourchaire, the only ones that stayed out there.
Confirm, we have more rain around.
Still got 2 kilometers to go. This is where we'll start losing time, but how much time? So Bottas is the one to look for. What's the pit loss here? 30 seconds. That can't be right. That can't be right, can it? If it is, Bottas is going to easily take the lead of this race. Normally, I tend to go when it goes past 0.80, and that just seemed too early. It is a longer lap round here. So, at the moment, Bottas would take the lead of the race. I think it's going to be very close. Change to damp, so DRS is now disabled. And we will see Sainz and Ricciardo coming in as well as Pourchaire, unless they're absolutely maniacs. There we go then. Sainz is in, Ricciardo in. But is Bottas,
Take it easy in the pit entry.
Piastri, Hulkenberg, they're the 3 that could get the undercut on us here. They went the lap earlier. Hey, Pourchaire's in as well. I hope he doesn't lose out too badly, because he's in store for some good points. Need a good stop here. 2.1, we're held. Why are we being held? We're held for Teo. Oh, and of course, the Red Bull doesn't hold for anyone though. Our team is too kind there. And Bottas is going to do it here. Quite comfortably as well. So yeah, they got it right.
P5.
They got it right to gamble.
On next one is Hulkenberg.
Badoka, thanks for the follow. Lane, what is this? This is F1 Manager 24. So yeah, Bottas, Piastri and Hulkenberg got it right by coming in.
Behind.
And we have fallen then from 2nd to 5th. Sainz from 1st to 3rd. Got a little bit of a tyre margin on them. I feel Ricciardo's going to gain anyway, just to make this race a little bit more exciting. I feel we switch to the 2-stopper. If not, we're just going to go round with this group of cars. And as I say, Ricciardo's got nothing to lose in this race now, so to speak. Because he's already going to maintain the advantage he's got in the Drivers' Championship. So I think we're going to switch to another stop.
Let's try to clear him as quick as we can.
And try and clear these 4 cars and then just push and abuse the tyres. He's on high for overtake. Let's give it a go, Danny Rick.
Overtake available.
Jacob, did you hear the news about Cadillac? Yes, I've seen they've officially been announced and they'll be on the grid next year. So I think it was all pretty formality. But yeah, good to see it officially announced. Good to see an 11th team on the grid. And Ricciardo, that's one done then on Nico Hulkenberg. Next is Carlos Sainz, who we've battled with for most of this race. Carlos, I think, has got the pace, but he's getting a bit bogged down now. Going to try and use quite a bit of battery here. And Ricciardo having a look. Oh, God, I know you're late on the brakes, Danny, but... who do you think their drivers will be? Hold on, there's Ricciardo on the outside. He's past Carlos Sainz. Ricciardo is motoring along. Might be past Piastri here as well. He is. Ricciardo, a double move there. And now he's on to Bottas. So we are pushing on this tyre. We're pushing on the battery, of course, here. But that was really good work. Let's just see if we get a replay of that.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
Look at this. Great traction on the inside.
And they squeezed by.
And we just continued, propelled us past Sainz, past Piastri, using the battery, of course. But Sainz and Piastri dispatched. And we're on to Bottas. Yeah, who do I think their drivers will be? I think they'll go experienced, for one of them at least. There's been talk about they'll have an American driver, but then there's been talk about them saying they won't necessarily have an American driver. As Ricciardo is into the lead. This is what we need to do to make this 2-stopper work. And Ricciardo is into the lead. When did we put these tyres on? Lap 22. So we've only done 18 laps on them. Yeah, I don't want to go too early on the next set. UV now we've moved on. Yep, fair enough. I respect it. She's history. Plenty more to go after, UV'd. Jacob, sorry, missed yours. Charles, Lando, and Kimi Antonelli, yes. I think Kimi's going to take a little while to get up to speed, but we'll see. I like it. So that is a bold shout. Kimi on his debut, as Sainz has had enough of looking at Ricciardo's rear wing, and Sainz finally moves into the lead. As I say, I don't think we're really fighting Sainz and Piastri here. I think they've got too much pace on us, but hopefully we can make a stop. Everyone else is staying. They're going to the end. We're going to make a stop and hopefully have enough pace to get back up to P3 as the target. UV, what happened to Alonso? Lap 4. Alonso were we leading the race at that point as well? I think we were with Alonso. Max Verstappen behind him, locked up, and yeah, torpedoed into the rear wing of Fernando. So both Max and Alonso out in that instant. So that is probably Alonso's driver championship dream over. Box. We're boxing. Longer you hold Piastri behind while gaining on Bottas gap will give you a great chance at second. Don't think we're going to get back up to second personally. I think third is going to be the best we can hope for. Oh, I need to bring him in. He's losing so much pace now. Yeah, Russell. We're not even gaining on Russell now. So I think we're just going to be behind Russell. Not with that attitude. I think we're just going to be behind Russell here, unfortunately.
No problem.
Like when I'm remembering Coulthard winning from 11th. Yes, I like a wet race. Coulthard, well, I'd say Coulthard likes a wet race unless it's Spa and he just takes out the whole grid. Right, here we go then. Ricciardo in for his final stop, and we're not expecting anyone else on the grid to make another pit stop unless we get a safety car. 2.3, not the quickest of stops there. So I think we're going to be just behind George Russell here. Oh, don't say there's a virtual. That's awful. Will we still benefit from this? We won't, will we?
We've got a yellow flag here.
We will, because they've had to slow. That has just worked out for us there. And we're at the safety car line, so they can't overtake us. So, yes. I thought we were not going to benefit from that. Ortoletto, did we see what happened to him there? No. I might have missed the replay because I was getting a bit concerned. But that has just worked out. The virtual was thrown just as we were exiting the box. And that meant Bottas and Russell had to slow for Delta, and it means we just jumped them. So actually, that's worked perfectly.
We look after the tires.
It won't work so well if all of these now pit, though. I don't know if they will under a virtual. They've still got really good tyre life. Let's just see if they're going to come into the pits. I don't think they are, no.
So he's out the car.
Well, let's have a look. They're actually coming around here. No, Sainz doesn't. Piastri doesn't. Is anyone going to gamble? No. Surprising. I thought some of them might have gone for a stop there, but they're not. Can see Teo Pourchaire. He's got to get past him, and then 5 seconds up the road, we're on to Norris, who is fighting closely with Yuki Tsunoda here. Give Danny Rick some battery.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
Okay.
No DRS, of course, so we've got to get this done with battery and slipstream. Danny Rick, gonna have a look. No, he's not. We can't afford to lose too much time if we want to get back to third place here. Oh, that's much better traction. Well, actually, it's the battery that's helping us there. Danny Rick through then to P6. And Pourchaire into 7th in the points. So looking good again, Teo for some points. Gasly getting points. Ocon getting points.
Good job with the targets. Okay, that's P6. P6. Okay, next one is Norris.
Right, Lando Norris, 5 seconds up the road then. 1.8, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Tsunoda and Norris having a big battle there. Here we go then. We've arrived on them. We haven't got too much battery, that's the only issue. I'm along 8 laps, got 3 seconds to Hulkenberg.
So we just have to get head down.
I'll just sit here for a lap just to get a bit of top up.
Okay,
Charge John and box now.
understood.
Let's use deploy exit T4. Yeah, I just want to try and get a bit of battery life back over a lap here. Problem is if I deploy, I'll use all the battery. And then we might be struggling once we get to Hulkenberg.
Stable. Stable with that bit of deck.
Right, let's give us a bit of harvest into here.
Charge on.
Yep, understood.
Danny Rick, very close to him. Sonoda's just got a mechanical fault as well. That's not going to help him. Back on deploy, we will attack. Our tyres are very hot.
Try to take opportunity.
Moving out early, but Sonoda is half covering us off. Danny Rick, can he go around the outside here? No. Can't get it done. Come on, Ricciardo. We need to get this done now.
We just keep the head down on the way.
It's 3.5 to Hulkenberg. 7 laps to go after this one. Danny Rick using the battery. Come on, Danny Rick. Through on the inside. And we're through Danny Rick then. Into P5. Now he needs to get past Lando Norris. Max thanks to the follow. What a move. Great move from Danny Rick. Let's have another look at that on Sonoda. Sent it. A lovely move. Strong, bold move from Danny Rick. Back to P5 then. As I say, the best we think we can achieve is P3. Although Hulkenberg's only 6 seconds off Piastri, but I don't think we've quite got the pace. The battery is just not great. If we had better battery, we'd be in a much better place. And we've only got, well, we've got 0% battery to be exact now. Yeah, they're still in the... We're nearly on the same tyre margin of them. That's how much we're abusing our tyres. Oh, we're going to harvest into this first corner, but Danny Rick might be trying to make the move into this first corner.
Keep the head down.
Oh, a little bit too far back.
Charge on.
Yep, understood. Okay,
I think we just need to be a little bit patient here.
Reminder for charge off.
understood.
We're not going to get to Piastri. He's going to be too far up the road. We're burning these tyres up.
Okay, understood.
Is Ricciardo going for it here? Ricciardo, he is indeed. That's a long way back, but Danny Rick is going to squeeze through there. Lando Norris doesn't want to give it up, though, and he doesn't give it up. Lando Norris comes straight back at us. But Danny Rick doesn't want to give it up either.
We can still do it.
Lando is back through. This is fine. I'm happy with that because we're just conserving a bit of the battery. I want to get Lando by lap 59, really, to give us any chance of Hulkenberg. Cooling these tyres off a bit as well.
Not expecting more rain in this session.
Okay.
Is that true? No more rain. Oh, God. No more rain now. These tyres could really burn up at the end. Right, let's harvest again. There's Hulkenberg. We can see him up the road there. Yuki has stayed with us.
6 more laps. 6 more laps.
6 to go.
Charge off. Overtake available. Overtake available.
East thanks for the follow. Right, using a bit more battery at Danny Rick. Long way back though. We may not get to Hulkenberg at this rate.
You're right now.
I don't think it'll get too dry, which would be good because we need these tyres to hold on. Here we go. Danny Rick using a lot of the battery this time. Can we make our way through? Lando again. Doesn't want to give it up. We're still going to use some of the battery here. Oh, Lando around the outside. Oh, we're through. But we've used all the battery there.
Okay, so in front of you is Hülkenberg.
Bats Boris, thanks for the follow. Max, nice indeed, but we've used all the battery. And our tyres are nearly in worse condition than the guys ahead of us here.
Charge on.
Lando might have a good opportunity to get us back here. Ricardo on always defend. Just a bit mindful of how much this is going to dry out at the end here. Tsunoda's mechanical fault getting worse. He should be able to hold on because he's got 10 seconds to prepare, so he'll definitely hold on. Right, 3 laps to go.
Click overtake.
Danny Rick hunting down Hülkenberg to get back onto the podium. And he'll be extending his Drivers' Championship over all of his competitors. Because the closest 3 to him are Alonso out of the race, Yuki in 6th, he's ahead of him, and Verstappen out of the race. So it's a good day no matter what for Ricardo.
P4 at the moment.
But can we get Nico Hülkenberg here?
Next car behind is Norris.
Norris 3 seconds back. Ricardo getting ever closer to Hülkenberg. We did manage to get quite a bit of battery back, so this is helping us all the time here.
Head back down, we stay in the rhythm. Charge on.
Understood.
So I'm in charge there just to get a slipstream. Hopefully stay within half a second of him. That's exactly what I wanted there. And again here. Just need to monitor that gap and hoping Hülkenberg's trying to use a bit of battery. Force him into a bit of battery. Well, we just saved a little bit extra
Okay,
there.
for charge off. Okay, for charge off.
Okay.
Still half a second.
Okay, charge on.
Understood.
2 more laps.
Right, 2 laps to go. This is where we need to make it count.
Overtake available.
Come on, Danny Rick.
Understood.
That gap's going to close off there. Danny Rick using the battery here. Hülkenberg goes to cover off. Getting a bit of a slipstream, but he's covered off the outside. We're going to have to send it inside, but Danny Rick doesn't go for it. Hülkenberg defending well then, as Ricardo is trying to get that podium place back. A lap and a half to go. Skeggy, love to see someone else who likes Lotus. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're gaining here, though. This is the moment, potentially, for Danny Rick. Is he going to send it on the inside again? He is indeed. Danny Rick up to P3. And now he just needs to push away. He's not going to be able to get to Piastri, so he's got to use this battery now. To fend off Nico Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg might have saved a bit of battery to try and challenge him back. But maybe not. It's up to 7 temps, 8 temps. He's getting a bit of a slipstream. Our tyres are overheating. They're going to severely overheat towards the end here because the track is about to dry out.
Keep an eye on the battery.
Joseph, thanks for the follow. We're out of battery, but we've got that to nearly a second on Hülkenberg. There may be DRS on this last lap, which we really need to avoid. We need to keep this to a second, really. It is 1.1, because if Hülkenberg gets DRS, that's going to be a big problem. We're 6 millimeters of rain dispersing away from DRS being enabled.
Okay, for charge off now.
And there's 2 DRS zones here. 3 millimeters away. DRS will be enabled. We've got to stay out of that DRS. There's 1 DRS zone, so he's not going to get it there. There's only 1 DRS zone.
And we need some update on track conditions, please.
There we go. It's changed to dry. DRS will be enabled. Hülkenberg is within DRS. This is problematic. We've got to try and push that gap so it's a second. It's not, though. It's under. It's teetering on a second.
What do you think about the tires?
It's just over a second. This is what we need.
Still has soft air.
Carlos Sainz is going to win this race. We can't really watch it though. Here's the DRS zone. I don't think Hülkenberg got it. No, his rear wing is not open. Ricciardo just about holding on then. Hopefully for P3. Hülkenberg getting ever closer. He's really gaining on us now, though. We've used all our battery. We could be in trouble here on this start. Well, the start-finish straight comes very quickly, the finishing line. So I think we'll be okay. Sainz has won it. Piastri is going to finish P2. Hülkenberg is charging and challenging us, but we're going to hold on. And it's Danny Rick that will finish in P3.
Okay, we'll take the flag.
And Hülkenberg P4 then. We take the fastest lap as well from earlier on in the race when it was dry conditions.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
We made it work in the end. We went for that extra stop and we got back up to P3. We just about held on. I think another lap, Hülkenberg would have had us because we were completely burning up our tyres and used all our battery. But Danny Rick is back on the podium. P3, Fernando Alonso, unfortunately taken out of the race by Max Verstappen, so no points, and that could be Ricciardo well on his way to winning the 2026 Drivers' Championship. And there's Danny Rick then, a happy man, back on the podium. Didn't get the race win today, but first or second looks too far gone for us today, so third always looked like the maximum.
As everyone finally
We'll
gets
take
the
that.
chance to share this moment.
That mechanic is very happy.
And I'm not sure there's anyone who enjoys a podium quite like Daniel Ricciardo does.
And the Honey Badger on the podium. And there we go. Carlos Sainz wins it. Carlos Sainz dominated in the end. Piastri held on for second. And Ricciardo, P3. Let's have a look what that's done to the championships then. First of all, full classification then. Sainz up 1 to win it. Piastri, good race actually, up 7 places to finish second. Ricciardo himself up 2 places to third. Hulkenberg another up 7 places to finish fourth. Look at all this changing on the grid. Norris up 7 to 5th. Tsunoda up 10 to 6th. And Teo drops 1 to 7th. But still good points for Haas. He'll be happy with that. Haas getting 6 points. Very good work from them. Russell up 13 places to 8th. Albon up 9 to 9th. So points for Aston Martin. And Gasly gets a point for Audi as well. So that's going to shake up the teams at the lower end of the grid. We'll have a look at that shortly. Let's look at the Drivers' Championship first of all. As I say, coming into this, Ricciardo had about a 50-point lead on Alonso. I think it was 60-odd on Tsunoda, 70-odd on Verstappen. They were the 4 that could really challenge for the title. Of course, early on, Verstappen and Alonso out of the race, and Tsunoda was a lot lower. So Ricciardo has took a massive advantage in this Drivers' Championship. What is that? I'm making that 76 points, if my quick maths are out. 66 points? 66 points, I believe. So 66, I think it is, with about 6 races to go. So it's looking very good for Ricciardo, unless he has an Alonso and a retirement or 2. He probably needs a couple of retirements or a couple of no-scoring events for anyone else to challenge him now. Yuki's still in P3, but he gains 8, so he's only 8 off for Alonso. So it's very close between Alonso, Tsunoda and Verstappen. But basically, for anyone to have a chance to dethrone, well, the incumbent champion, Ricciardo's going to have a retirement or 2 or not get any points in a couple of races. Sainz moves up to 5th. This Red Bull's come alive at the end of the season, so they might be challenging us for the... Well, actually, they won't challenge us for constructors because Max didn't score any points. But Carlos up to 5th. Piastri drops to 6th. Lando 7th. Hulkenberg 8th. Hamilton 9th. Bottas 10th, the reigning world champion. Leclerc 11th. Russell 12th. The rest of the point scorers, Pourchaire now up to 13th with another 6 points. Albon in 14th. Perez 15th, Gasly 16th, Ocon 17th, Bortoleto 18th. So again, just the 4 drivers yet to score. The 2 Alpines, Magnussen and Fittipaldi. Constructors then, as I say, we had a massive gap in this, and that's continued because Red Bull, Max Verstappen out of the race, so it's only Sainz that scores, so they gain 9 points on us. But again, it's not enough. They really need to be getting 1-2s and for us having retirements or finishing low down on the points. So Constructors looks very good for us now, and the Drivers' Championship looks very good for Daniel Ricciardo. RB are in 3rd. Looks like they'll hold on to that from McLaren in 4th. Ferrari in 5th. Don't score again, though. That's 2 races in a row, I believe, they haven't scored. So Mercedes, that continues for the next 6 races. They might have a chance for 5th place. But then look at this battle then for 7th place. So it's between... Alpine haven't scored, so let's forget about poor old Alpine down there. But Haas get another 6 points, so they move up to 7th. They're on 16. Aston Martin gained 2 today. They're on 12. Williams, no points. They drop 2 with 11. And Audi on 7. So there's only 9 points between Haas and Audi. So that's a very tasty little battle going on for the final 6 races of the season. But yeah, Constructors looks very good for us. And Danny Rick looking very good for the Drivers' Championship.